What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to another video. In this video, I'm going to talk about this situation that happened involving Nick Cannon and Zeus Network. So for those of you who don't know, Nick Cannon and Zeus Network put together an event for the show Wild 'N Out, and the event involves, of course, as usual, two teams going against each other in a competition involving improv. But what has some people upset is that the teams were named dark skin and light skin. So essentially, Team Dark Skin versus Team Light Skin. So people are calling out Nick Cannon as well as Zeus Network for perpetuating colorism among Black women. And TMZ did a story about this, actually. And I'm going to read through what TMZ posted, and I'm going to give my thoughts and commentary. So let's begin. Nick Cannon and Zeus Network are getting put on blast for a competition that pitted quote-unquote dark-skinned and quote-unquote light-skinned women against each other. As they should be called out. But on the other hand, they may have did this for a little attention, a little bit of shine. Some people have the idea that all publicity is good publicity. So the article goes on to say, here's the deal. Zeus and Nick collaborated on a live show Thursday night called Bad vs. Wild Las Vegas, pinning Wild 'N Out stars from Nick's side against baddies from Zeus' side. Promo post online said it would feature several competitions with different themes. One of those themes being a separation by skin tone. And I'll say that I didn't know that there were other themes to this competition. I just thought it was strictly based on skin tone. So that's a bit odd too, because it's like, well, there's already other themes. Does it have to be this particular theme? Couldn't this have just been left on the drawing board or the cutting room floor? TMZ goes on to say, the post was met with a lot of hate because of its colorist implications. Zeus took it down and uploaded an edited version which read, Chocolate Goddesses versus Caramel Goddesses. Well, Caramel Goddesses. But that didn't sit well with folks either. And many of them pointed out the name change doesn't alter the intent of the competition. And I'm going to read a few comments from people regarding this. One person posted, this can't be real. Zeus has to go. Another person wrote, F all of them. Another person wrote, Zeus needs to be under the jail at this point. They're sick AF. Another person wrote, only Nick Cannon would create something like this. He probably made the light-skinned women win on purpose. LOL, no, seriously though. Another person wrote, they all need to be canceled, including Nick. And another person wrote, Nick Cannon is a pitiful dude. He has wrecked my nerves. Another person wrote, dark skin versus light skin. Zeus and Nick Cannon are pushing the Black community backwards. And the article goes on to say, Zeus' new post also added, remember, we're here to break down stereotypes, not uphold them. Still, folks chimed in on the game, getting comments like, quote unquote, this is still colorist, y'all are sad, and quote unquote, this whole idea should have been scrapped. One person added, quote unquote, this is just as bad as light skin versus dark skin. Y'all didn't do anything but try to put a positive spin on colorism. Zeus and Nick also had a BBWs versus Slim Girls competition go down on the same night, which was met with the same disdain. I didn't hear about this, at least not on social media. So I'm guessing, I don't know. I guess the colorism aspect took more priority over the weight aspect. The article ends with this sentence. It will be interesting to see if Zeus airs the controversial competitions at some point. And again, that's the end of the article. And I'll give a little bit more of my personal take on this. Nick Cannon claims to be pro-black, or at least positions himself to be at least pro-black adjacent. But of course, we know that just because you say you are something does not mean that you are actually something. And I'll say, based on who Nick Cannon chose to have his kids with, Nick Cannon, he strikes me as someone that's very color struck. And he's also been on record as saying basically he can have a black child with any woman, regardless of race. He's one of those, the seed of your father. If the daddy black, the child black. And of course, we know Nick Cannon, he has like a slave buck mentality as well, where, he's just having kids with this woman over here, kids with this woman over there, kids over there, kids everywhere. And for what? What exactly is this accomplishing? Again, it's his life, it's his money. Ultimately, he has the right to be able to do whatever he wants. But just because you have the right to do something doesn't necessarily mean that you should do it. As well, I don't think that Nick Cannon is setting a great example for his children, especially his sons, and also a great example for the community if you're going to be positioning yourself as being a pro-black advocate. But a quick sidebar. I heard that Zeus Network, it initially started off as a Christian network. And to be fair, I'm not like super familiar with Zeus Network, but I know they have a lot of reality shows starring black people, and they tend to be kind of more so on the ratchet side of things. Someone correct me if I'm wrong, let me know in the comment section below. But that's the vibe that I pick up on. That's what I've heard on the internet. But I'm guessing the Christianity didn't get enough numbers, get enough money, so they went to the ratchetry. And Oprah Winfrey did the same thing. Maybe not quite as extreme as Zeus Network, but Oprah Winfrey at one point had, when her network started, the programming was different. But that different programming wasn't bringing in the numbers that she needed, so she switched it up and added more reality shows starring black people. But back to topic, though. Long story short, Nick Cannon and Zeus Network, but especially Nick Cannon because his face is and his image and brand is being associated with this, they should have known better. And I think that they knew a little bit. Well, I think they may have did it on purpose for some publicity. But this is the type of publicity that they should have just opted out of. But of course, it's just another day in Blackistan. Another color-struck Negro engaging in color-struck duckery and doing color-struck-ish. What else is new, right? And water is wet. But I'm going to bring this video to a close. I don't want to go on for too long on this topic because I really don't think it really needs a long, drawn-out video. But let me know what you think about all of this in the comment section below. Until the next video, adios and goodbye for now.